The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess released over 10 years ago for the Wii and the GameCube. I remember buying my Wii at launch with Twilight Princess and Red Steel, yeah, don't laugh, and playing nothing but Twilight Princess for 3 days straight. I beat the game and never returned to it because the feeling the game gave me when playing it was something I wanted to cherish. I adored Twilight Princess and thought it was one of the finest games in the Zelda series, so when Twilight Princess HD was announced, I was excited. This was my chance to relive that moment from 10 years ago. Would the game hold up well after all this time and taking my nostalgia glasses off though? The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD tells the tale of our Link caught in yet another predicament. Local children from Orden Village were seized by Bubblins, a part of the Army of Darkness that is taking over Hyrule. The land of Hyrule is put in a twofold situation, with a Twilight Realm and the Standard Realm. An imposing figure named Zant wants to rule the world and wants the world to remain in Twilight, while Link attempts to rescue the children and banish the Twilight from Hyrule. Without going into too much detail, the story in Twilight Princess HD is pretty dark at times, only superseded by Majora's Mask in terms of one of the more gritty stories in the Zelda series. There's a lot of betrayal, death, and iconic images that will stick with you long after playing the game, that playing this HD remake brought back into my mind. The story is well paced and has some solid twists in it as well, and while I won't spoil things for newcomers of the game, it will keep you on the edge of your seat all the way to completion. The gameplay in Twilight Princess HD is unique in that Link has two forms, Wolf Link and Human Link. Wolf Link adds a new layer to the traditional Zelda formula as he has his own set of moves and abilities. Playing as Wolf Link will have you scouring the land of Hyrule initially in the Twilight-filled portion of the game, using his abilities to peer through the darkness, pick up scents, and much more. Eventually you are able to switch between Wolf Link and Human Link on the fly, which is one of the first upgrades over the initial release of Twilight Princess. In the original Twilight Princess, you had to call upon your sidekick Midna and bring up an interaction box to switch between forms. In this new version, Tantalus uses the Wii U gamepad with a quick screen tap to switch between characters. While this may seem like a small addition, it's certainly a welcome one that Twilight Princess veterans will appreciate. Other upgrades with the Wii U gamepad include the control of the game. If you played the Wii version, motion controls was the only way to play, whereas the GameCube version uses standard control scheme. Twilight Princess HD is a bit of a hybrid between the two, if you choose to use it. By using a standard control scheme with gyro controls for arrows and other additions Link gathers on his quest. The gyro controls feel very smooth and don't hinder the gameplay experience at all, but if you don't want to use them, they can be turned off. Other improvements include a map on the gamepad and item management as well, which is yet another nice touch. The final main addition to the HD version of Twilight Princess is of course Amiibo Support. If you get the edition with the packed-in Wolf Link amiibo, you gain access to a brand new dungeon, the Cave of Shadows. You play as Wolf Link throughout the entirety of the dungeon and you can save your high score to the amiibo. The dungeon is a nice addition, but personally I wasn't a huge fan of it as I would rather play as Human Link. Other amiibo uses include a Zelda amiibo to replenish life, a Link amiibo to replenish arrows, and a Ganondorf amiibo to increase the difficulty of the game. The graphics were the center of debate, especially when compared to the improvements made in Wind Waker to Wind Waker HD, but Twilight Princess HD delivers a great graphical punch. The colors are extremely vibrant in the world, and some of the lighting leads to some breathtaking scenes. Character models look solid and are well animated. And although there are a few low-resolution textures in the land, the scope of the game looks fantastic, especially compared to the original version. One area that hasn't aged too well is camera control. The camera feels a bit stiff at times and leads to some unpleasant situations where you don't feel like you have total control, which are noticeable more so when riding with Epona. The game does offer some control options for the camera to adjust, but even when I found one that I felt worked the best, it still had a few hiccups along the way. At the end of the day though, Twilight Princess HD is yet another must-have for the Wii U library. Considering this game is one of my top 5 favorite Zelda games, the HD treatment is a true treat to behold. The little additions make for an immersive experience, and Twilight Princess has never looked better on your HD TV. While some may view it as a cheap cash-in for those waiting for Zelda U, Twilight Princess HD should be in every Zelda fan and Wii U owner's library.